Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be presenting my final project, which is Technologies for Teacher, wrapping it up. What specific skills did you gain as a result of taking this course? So from a technology standpoint, I learned about screencasting, surveys, and Pinterest. And for screencasting, this was something that I have seen before, but I've never done myself, and I really thought it was a lot harder than it was. Um, but I'm glad that I learned that skill because I think that I could use it in so many different ways in my future classroom. With surveys, I never thought to use that in an instructional setting. I just always have used it for just fun purposes as like, what does everybody like to eat or stuff like that. Nothing educational, but I'm glad that I found a way to use that educationally. And Pinterest. I have a Pinterest, but I never knew how to use it until this course. So I kind of figured out how to use it for educational purposes as well as personal purposes. I learned about the 4 C's, which are communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. I learned about the ISTE standards that go with using technology in the classroom. I also learned a little bit more about digital citizenship, online safety, and copyright, which I knew about before, but I got to go into detail by taking this course. How can you use these skills/knowledge gained in other classes or in areas outside of school? So the 4 C's there's something that I can see using in everyday life. So you have to use critical thinking and problem solving in everyday life. You have to be creative if you want life to be fun. You have to collaborate with other people in order to get things done. And you have to communicate with people on a daily basis. So I think those are the 4 C's are things that you can use in other classes as well as in areas outside of school. For my future classroom, I can use all the different types of technologies that I've learned and all the different standards that I've learned to enhance my teaching a little bit more in the classroom. What is your point of view regarding technology in the classroom? I believe that technology should be used in the classroom almost every day. Um, Technology is something that is growing so much in today's society. Most people have a smartphone, most people have a computer, an iPad. Every single day, the majority of people have some sort of technology that they're using constantly. Um, so because technology is so prevalent, it has shifted students towards more visual learning. So that helps if they're shifted towards visual learning, then we need to um, kind of capitalize on that and use technology in different types of visuals, such as images and movies in the classroom. We need to be using technology because it's a resource and it cannot be withheld from the students, or it just puts a gap in their learning, because since it's so prevalent, they will have to use it, and it should become a skill that needs to be learned outside of the classroom as well, or to be successful outside of the classroom. A UCLA brain study, they figured out that environmental influences provided by technology have prompted the brain to become more receptive to technology-based delivery methods of information. So because we're using technology so much and it's in our environment, our brains are more receptive to delivery based off of technology. Also, technology can accommodate all the different learning styles because there are so many ways to use technology. How will you use technology to teach your course standards? So I plan on using technology in all of my lessons. I want to use the Prezis, the PowerPoints for the notes, add pictures and videos for visuals. I really want to use screencasts. I want to use surveys so that they can be more of an assessment to see where my students are at and what they still need to know. And I can use blogs as well to do that. So I can post something and then my students can follow up with what they know. Um, how will how will students use technology to demonstrate their learning to improve thinking and problem solving skills? So they can use technology for their assignments. An example would be health and PE standards. Say it was on mental, emotional, and social health. Students can pick 2 health conditions and examine the characteristics of them, as well as research the 5 stages of grief and give a description with each stage, as well as background knowledge on the topic. The students will use technology in the way that they'll use computers to do the research. They can create a PowerPoint with visuals or a Prezi with visuals. They can screen record it and turn it in on Pinterest, which is kind of what we did in technology for teachers this semester, which I really enjoyed doing. They can do an optional component and make a pre-assessment survey to see if any of the students have had prior knowledge to both concepts. And they need to use the 4Cs and the ISTE standards that will improve their thinking and their problem solving to go with their learning.